I believe that we must consciously develop a greater sense of universal responsibility. We must learn to work not just for our own individual self, family or nation, but the benefit of all mankind.
You should influence boys and girls if you don't want to see us unlocked in cells, so you don't get used for the drugs you sell. So let's make up what the future tells. You should influence boys and girls if you don't want to see us unlocked in cells, so you don't get used for the drugs you sell. So let's make up what the future tells.
The Horn Park Youth Music Project began around a year and a half ago, working with young people on this estate in Greenwich, and we began it from requests from local residents who said there was nothing for young people to do in the local area.
Well, the project has been set up by L&Q, who've got the funding, and was done in partnership with the Horn Park Forum, which is a community-based forum run by the local community itself, and it's aimed at young people. The idea is to bring more services and facilities onto the estate for young people, because the perception is, and quite correctly, that there is a lack of facilities for young people, lack of things for them to do on the estate.
We began a project here at the centre where they could come in once a week to a music session with tutors, improving their music performance and mixing skills, but also just having fun with each other in a place which was safe for them to come and spend time.
A really great group of young people who sort of come quite regularly, which is good for a project. Really talented, lots of different talent, from music to DJing to visual arts, and just a really, really nice social atmosphere on the project.
No, I want to be a coach from the Molder. I'm just doing this, obviously, there's just nothing else to do around it. That's the mix of, like, when you mix all the songs and do the volume, and like you can repeat it and keep repeating. That's to turn it up and down, and to plug in for the microphone.
Downstairs is used mainly for DJ equipment. So if, for example, they want to just learn how to mix music and, you know, learn things like beat juggling or scratching or something along those lines, then they'll do that downstairs. When it comes to actually putting the music together from scratch, that's what they'll do up here.
Hopefully the young people find that they can get what they want out of the project. So if they want to learn high-tech production skills over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, we're going to have the right people on hand to take them forward with that. But there's also the capacity to come and just maybe lay down a beat, have a chat, do some drawing. So it's got that flexibility.
Okay, so now, when I play the keyboard, my drum kit is loaded. Okay? In fact, why don't you come and get involved with me?
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you. That's what we're for. Slide your chair, isn't it? About, on average, between 20 and 50 tracks can make up an average song. You know, their heads are still outside. They still kind of got to have this this kind of shield up. They've got to, you know, they can't be too involved, because then it appears like they're too interested, and you know. So, but as I said, after about an hour and a half, it's broken, and then, you know, half an hour left, and then the next week you got to do the whole same thing again. So.
Well, the aims are to accredit 5 young people a year. That's kind of a hard aim.
And I'm doing some course thing up here. Do you know what it's called?
Yeah, the arts.
The Arts Award, that's what I'm doing.
In the past, we've had funding from lots of different places, which has often been short term. The lottery funding has meant that we can really commit to this project long term. Before we had that money, we were constantly applying for smaller pots of money that would last us for 6 months, and now we have this money, we can be here for 3 years, and it means that the young people know that we're committed to them and committed to the outcomes and the milestones that we've agreed with the lottery.
Take no advice, no, it's blood bone on the soul cold sacrifice. Life in prison, man, and many tries to fight it with life tighter than any price. Piece of the walls, so the bombs and tags. Piece of the streets, so the guns and shacks. Piece of the walls, so the guns and tags. Piece of the streets, so the guns and shacks. Piece of the walls, so the bombs and tags. Piece of the streets, so the guns and shacks. Piece of the walls, so the bombs and tags. Piece of the streets, so the guns and shacks. You should influence boys and girls if you don't want to see us unlocked in cells.